Yo, what's up and welcome back. Now you may have noticed this isn't where I normally film my videos, and that's because today I'm going to be talking to you about foam rolling, and this seemed like a more appropriate place to do that. If you've never foam rolled before and you don't know what it is, well, today I'm going to be teaching you what it is and why you should be doing it. And if you have done it before, I'm going to show you some techniques that I think will help a gamer or anyone who sits for a long period of time. If you have any questions, you can swing by the stream and ask me whatever you'd like. I stream on Twitch 3 days a week and I love talking about this stuff. Or you can drop a comment below and I'll do my best to answer everything. Foam rolling is a simple concept. You have a sore muscle, you have a foam roller, you put the muscle on top of the roller, go back and forth until it feels better. The technical name is self-myofascial release. Myo meaning muscle and fascial referring to the casing that's around your muscle. Now the idea of this is that the muscle and the fascia sometimes don't slide as well as they can, and the roller is there to break up that adhesion or get it unstuck so that it can slide better. I think that that's nonsense. I just don't think that a foam roller is going to exert the kind of force that you need to break up something like that. What's probably happening is that you're restricting the blood flow to that muscle for a short period of time, and that restriction of blood flow allows the muscle to relax. You're doing this because you have a tense or tight muscle, you want it to relax. If it doesn't get blood for a short period of time, it actually relaxes and it feels better. The truth is that studies don't really show that this is really effective or really ineffective. It's a placebo sometimes. Sometimes if you do it, it feels good, and sometimes it doesn't. My advice to you is that you try it. If it doesn't help, well then you're not out a lot of money because these are like $15. But if you do like it, well then keep doing it. Whatever works for you. There are a bunch of different kinds of rollers, from simple rollers that are literally just foam to more advanced ones that are harder plastic and sometimes hollow in the center. They sell some that rumble, they sell some that you can put ice in. They also sell some that sit in a little cradle like this. And really they're all just different ways of doing the same thing, and some of them can get pretty expensive. But a simple foam roller is good for just a beginner. When you start getting more advanced and you don't get the same effect, you can maybe upgrade to one of these more expensive ones, but you don't need to buy one off the bat. I'll link some in the description below and you can check them out and buy something that fits your budget. I would, however, save my money on the more gimmicky ones with the ice and the vibrations and all those things. I don't think that that's going to help very much, and it's just more expensive than a foam roller needs to be. When you do this, it's probably going to be pretty painful, and that's normal as long as it's not some sort of really sharp pain that's causing you pain that lasts for several hours after you finish foam rolling. I usually tell my patients that if you're doing this and it feels like someone is punching you in the stomach, then you're probably doing it right. That being said, there are some things that you want to avoid. You don't want to do this over a joint. So if you're doing your hamstring or your quad, don't go down so low that you cross over your knee. Another thing that you want to pay attention to is that you're actually breathing when you do this. Breathing is going to help you relax, and sometimes when you're in pain, you tend to hold your breath. Don't do that. And while we're on the subject of relaxing, that's exactly how you want to be. You want your muscle to be nice and relaxed so that you can get into the muscle with the roller. If you're in pain, you have a tendency to tense up, and that's not really going to be very effective when you try and foam roll. That's enough talking, so let me show you some techniques. The first technique we're going to do is for the upper back, and it's really simple. You just get your upper back on the roller and start moving back and forth using your legs to push yourself. Now, if you find a spot that's really painful, your tendency is going to be to just roll on past that. But you actually want to spend some time at that spot. Slow down, make small movements over the spot, and a technique that I like to tell patients to do is to contract your muscles really tight, count to 2 or 3, and then release, and that'll actually let you get deeper into the muscle with the roller. Another technique you can do for your upper back is by sitting on the floor and putting your back on the roller. You can extend your back over. While you're in that position, you can also glide your arms up and down, and that's going to move that muscle while it's compressed by the roller. It ends up feeling pretty good and releases some tension in your shoulders. The next thing we're going to do is for your lower back, and it can be kind of difficult to do with one roller. I actually like to use 2 because it relieves some of that weight, and I don't feel like I'm just holding this contracted core sit-up position. It makes it a little easier, and I just prefer it. Sitting for a long time, our glutes can get really tight and sore, so we can do some foam rolling for that as well. For this, it helps to have one leg extended. That's the one that you're going to be working on. The other leg is going to be bent and actually creating the motion for us. When you do this one, you want to avoid going over that butt bone, and trust me, you're going to know what I'm talking about if you feel it. The last one I'm going to show you is for your hip flexor, and this is something that gets really tight when you're sitting down for a long period of time, so definitely hit this one up. When I'm doing this, I'm trying to get that foam roller into this pocket right here. So you have your hip bone and then where your thigh starts. In that area, there's going to be some soft tissue, and that's where you're trying to foam roll. I hope you found those techniques useful. Foam rolling can be really helpful, and it's a good thing to know how to do, especially because foam roller really isn't that expensive. So if you have any questions, like I said, let me know on stream or let me know in the comments below. If you found this useful, then don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Made it. Oh goodness.
Come on.